We're live right here at Suncoast Casino and Entertainment Kingdom. You can hear some music, you can hear some vibe. There's lots of energy out here today. We've got some celebrities down there. But the true celebrity is sitting on this hot seat. How you doing, my brother?
Good, thanks. And yourself?
Good, good. Such an honor to have you with us. How about you tell everybody the name, the surname, tell them a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, my name is SEELAN COOPEN, and I can say I'm originated from a small town called Amatikulu in Zululand. I was born there. I grew up. When I was about 10, my granddad, he passed on, so it was my mom and my two sisters and I that were left. At that time, if you worked in the mill, in the Tongachulis sugar mill, you had to leave. So we had to leave, and fortunately for us, my late aunt Angel Gopal gave us a place to stay in Richards Bay, so we moved. We were there for about 10 years, and till I was for about a year. When I was about 11, we moved to Stanger, and that's now called Kwadeguza. From there, I had my schooling career, which I did make some bad choices, and eventually left school. So in a nutshell, I'm a high school dropout, but I think God allowed me to do these things so that I could persevere through all these storms. And I think when I was 20, I worked in Checkers, ShopRite in Stanger as a merchandiser. And then along the way, I had a child, daughter, who's now 24. That was when I was 20. I found myself a job in Chubb Security in Richards Bay. I moved from Stanger back to Richards Bay. There on, I worked there for 2 years, and through the grace of God, I eventually found a job at Transnet, which I started as a shunter. I worked there for 10 years, and then I wanted to be my own boss, and with a lot of pride I decided, and more like derailing from God, I eventually resigned from Transnet, and I opened up a car wash, which wasn't so successful. Before it could get a foundation, I sold it to my sisters and my brother-in-laws, and I moved to Johannesburg. And then I had a baby boy, and then I moved back from Johannesburg to Richards Bay, and then I found it hard to get a job at my age at that time. So it was back to opening up a car wash again, back to doing this and that, doing tenders. So I also worked in SBV, but I just wanted to be my own boss. I knew I could do it somewhere along the line. But in that time, it was more not me in line with God. But eventually, I met a friend, and he introduced me to Century 21 in the real estate world. His name was Justin Vandia, and from there, it was like as though I just put on the right shoe, the right garment. And ever since I started work in real estate, it was something that was said to me years ago by my brother-in-law, who was a conveyancer, Fidel Gopal. He always told me, leave Transnet and go into real estate, and I never listened to him. But when I think God set me at that right time to be mature at that time. So I got into real estate. From there, I wasn't too pleased with those managers, so I left that job. I went to, and I joined another friend in Sotheby's real estate. With there, I saw that the property market is dominated by the white monopoly. It's fully. So my brother is an Indian conveyancer at that time. It may sound a bit racist, but it's not. It's just business. So he found it hard. So myself, my two sisters and I, and my two brother-in-laws, we opened up Property City. And our vision was to give our clients, for the sellers to sell, at a cheaper commission, and for buyers to be able to make that purchase, first-time buyers especially. And from there, we created work for Fidel Gopal Incorporated because we had to create that. And so we had a one-stop shop where you can come there, you get you buy a house, you get your bond done, you get your attorneys, all in one price. So our commission structure, the way we worked it, it was a buyer could afford it, because with bigger franchise companies, their commission structure is, I think their commission is the transfer cost, the bond cost, it's all in one, so it makes it hard for a buyer to buy. So we separated all of them. We made it much more easier. And we are a non-franchise company in Richards Bay, Zululand. From there we moved to the company to Pretoria, where my sister and them moved 2 years ago, or when COVID hit. Myself and another friend of mine, Calvin from PMB, he introduced me to a bond, a way for people to use their bond for homeowners without getting into debt consolidation. That worked out phenomenal. It was the best thing ever. And from there we started doing bond finance, bond refinance. Now we are into business funding as well. So Property City, I'm known as the property guy in Richards Bay. When we hit it well. But through all of this, God, He played such a pivotal role in my life. And 2017, I met the love of my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she played a very good, she was very instrument.
Your pillar of strength.
Yes. So what she did was, she showed me the right way to walk with God, with prayer. She's constantly, hey, you need to pray every day. So she's my prayer warrior. And I think from there on, it was just a home run.
That's what I love to hear. So, SEELAN, what an incredible journey, to say the least, you know, from humble beginnings and now the property guy, you know. I want to know, what are the secrets to your success? What would you say are the secrets to your success?
For me, I think...
You see, the music is even vibing for
you. I think the best thing about that day is that I realized that God is the formula for anything. There is a verse in the Bible that says, in Genesis, that God says, take dominion, I'll give you dominion over this earth. It's God saying, the earth belongs to you. I'm giving you ownership.
Yes, sir.
So I use that day, and if you put God first in anything that you do, and you let God walk before you, then anything is possible. I got things in my life when I put it, you know, as you grow and as you become more mature. There was a yellow M3 when I was a young boy. I always wanted that car. And when I worked in Transnet, just before that, my brother said to me, hey, you can buy a car now, whatever you want. So I looked for this yellow M3, because when I was little, we always walked past a workshop called Kista's Mobile. So it's just below MS Sultan in Stanger. And we always saw this yellow M3. And I used to tell my friends, hey, one day I'm going to drive this car. And they were like, bro, we live in a flat. We'll never drive this thing, you know. And eventually in 2008, I bought myself a yellow M3.
And that's to everybody watching that. It's the vision, it's the mindset. And how many years later was that?
That was, I think, was 97, then 98, 97, 98. And then in 2008, I purchased that vehicle.
10 years later, cast a vision. You saw the yellow M3, and at that time, you had no idea how you were going to get it.
No idea at all. No idea. But along that way, I think I was, you know, when you become successful, it gets to your head. So it was getting to my head. My head did become a bit bigger. And when I derailed from God, then I lost it all. Then 10 years, I think, there was like 20, 2012 to 2016, 2017, things where it was a roller coaster. It was up, down, up, down. And then when I really started to be faithful, that's why I say any secret to success, the formula is to put God first. From there on, it just became, it's like
happening by itself.
I promise you, now the things are
you
on
don't
our
have to
house.
push. God makes it happen.
Exactly. And he
I'm
gave me
into
all
that.
those. He just unlocked it. Now I own a house. We own about 5 cars.
Wow, congratulations. Humble
BMW,
beginnings. Look
yeah.
at that.
So
I mean, you remember how it all began.
yeah, and I'm so grateful for God. That is your best form.
And I can feel that grateful energy, and I'm proud of you, my brother.
Thanks.
What are you currently working on? So you spoke about the property, and how can people get involved? So maybe if somebody wants to join your company, become a property agent, or maybe they want to buy a house. What's the idea? What's the plan?
My biggest marketing now at the moment is on Facebook. Social networks, it hits the world by storm.
Yes.
And you can catch me there. I like to work with youth. I have a passion for them, especially school leavers, especially people that think they can't get it. They're most welcome to join me. I don't mind teaching them.
Oh,
And
wow, I
my
love that.
new project is that
What can people search for?
SEELAN COOPEN. You can catch me on Facebook, or you can call me on my number 061-288-9037. I'm always available. And I think now the best thing that I can do to give God back is that I want to open up a youth center.
Wow.
That I'm busy planning.
Nice.
And the vision for that youth center is to grow youth spiritually mature and get them inclined with God. And the other thing is to make the Gen Z generation now to be financially independent.
Yes, sir.
We never had that where people could just come and grab you by your hand and hey.
We never had the guy, the property guy creating the youth centers and stuff back in the day. But no, I love that vision. And so if people want to get involved with that youth center, they can contact you. You've heard the cell phone number. Maybe just scrub a little bit back in the video. Take down that cell number. Search the pages. What's the property company called?
Property City.
Property City. And you guys are based in?
Richards Bay and Pingani.
Richards Bay in Pangani. Any final words to all your family, friends?
To my mom, thank you for everything that you have done. My sisters, my brother-in-laws, the strong support, the advice along the way. My brother-in-law is my big fan. He's my mentor.
Now you got a whole lot more fans out there.
I thank him a lot. Also, my nieces and nephews, I know they love me to bits. To my in-laws, they are always by my side and always to cheer me. Then to my son and my daughter, they together with the love of my life, Jill Ruben, will one day enjoy the joys. I'm making the path easy for them. And to my prayer warrior, Jill Ruben, she has been the rock of my life. Yeah.
There you have it. I love that.
And one more.
Yes, the main
and to
one.
my pastors that all prayed for me. I've been a real scoundrel along the way. I just want to thank them. And I pray that God bless them.
Well, there you have it. The incredible SEELAN live right here at the Global Leaders Live at the Suncoast Casino. You can hear there's so much of energy, so much of vibe. Everybody wants to take a picture with SEELAN. That's how it is. From myself, Rajiv Mothie, I've got one thing left to say. You guys have just been motivated.